Everybody knows how to remove a tire. Now I'm going to disconnect the outside of the upper control arm. For whatever reason it's a 18 or 18 on the inside and a 15 here. Yeah, that's, as opposed to saying my usual, yeah, that's your problem right there. I'd say this would probably be the source of the discomfort that we've been feeling. Okay, turns out the shock mount is 18 millimeters on both sides. I don't have a 18 millimeter impact, so I'll just have to use a regular socket and a reducer here. And now I just gotta move the shock up and out of the way so I can get at the top part of the upper control arm. Just wanted to take a moment to say this is one of those easier said than done things, because it's, you know, a really long bolt. Even after I've gotten it loose, now there's like a 1/4 inch of swing room in here, so I'm getting the bolt out for the inner part of the upper control arm. Tell you, this makes it a lot easier, but it's still taking forever. I'm taking it out now. I've got a ratcheting wrench, but this shock absorber is really in the way, and I don't know, I'm thinking on the other side it might actually be easier just to remove the shock absorber. We'll see how this goes. Well, I finally got it out, and that's it. Not your problem right there. Bushing's gone. It's just metal on metal right now, pretty much. There's some rubber in there, but it's not connected anymore. So, junk. And new one, which I will put in right now. Now there's a little divot here, and this one had kind of a divot too that goes toward the inside. I don't know if that matters, but I'll just do it because that's what it looks like it's supposed to be in there. So now I just put this back in here and arduously screw that bolt back in. Okay, got the control arm up in there in the approximate place it was before. Now I need to thread this through. And it turns out this on this side is not even a nut, it's welded onto the frame, so it's just a bolt. So now I believe it's 15 millimeter. Yep. And now, just to kind of test myself, I tightened this to what I thought would be 80 foot-pounds or 81, and I got this set for 81. Alright, so the socket is broken, but it clicked, so it's pretty close, or at least tighter than 81. Now all I have to do is push the shock absorber back up in here, and it goes this way. 18 was, that's right. Oh, put it in. we're good. I'm gonna torque it up 85 foot-pounds and put the tire back on. Something I forgot to mention before is I've put the car on jack stands, and I'm gonna jack up underneath the spring here to relieve some of the pressure on the control arm while I take it apart. Again, 15 and 18 on this side to take the upper control arm off. And again, I didn't need to use the 18. I keep forgetting that. It's just welded into the frame, so there's no nut there anyway. Yeah, and there's your problem right there. Same thing. Bad news. Now I gotta get this keep wanting to say shock absorber off the bottom, and so I can move it out. Well, now I gotta get this bolt out, so I might as well do some Shakespeare. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them, to die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the 1,000 natural shocks the flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we've shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There is the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time? The oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the law's delay, the insolence of office, the pangs of despised love, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin. Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, that undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. Thus does conscience make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied over with a pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. Oh. Soft you now, the bolt is almost out. Fair Ophelia. There we go, we're almost out. Man, is that... This side was easier than the other side for some reason. It feels like there's less stuff here, because I guess because of the orientation or something. I'm right-handed too, that might be the deal. The other one was more awkward for me because I required left-handed work. Get the stupid shock absorber out of the way, because you can't even get the bolt out. There we go. Oh, where'd the arm go? There it is. Yeah. There's your problem right there. That's it. Get me two. I'll put it back together. All right, here we go, going for a test drive, and I'm gonna go get a giant pop. That's right, I said pop. I don't say soda or Coke or any of that, I say pop. And there's already no squeaking, which is nice. So we'll see. Let's see, I'm gonna hit a bump here. Yeah, it seems ride's nice, but it doesn't ride a lot different, but there's no squeaking. That's the, see, it used to go, and it's not doing that now. Oh, by the way, sorry about the cliche Shakespeare, or to coin a portmanteau, Shakespeare. Anyway, it seems to be working fine. Great, glad I did it. I only have a few more things to do to get this car in really good shape. All right.